Can you believe it's been over a year since I started the Develop Your Superpowers private Facebook group? Yep, that was me. Some of you have been here from the beginning, and I want to thank you for sticking around. Believe me, it's going to be worth it. By the way, how's your superpowers development coming along? When I started this group, the intention was to come on here live every day and present an empowering message to help myself and others develop superpowers. Well, I've been going through the program I'm facilitating, and it is very, very simple, yet not necessarily easy. Having now gone through the program twice, I can tell you from personal experience that this program works. The reason it's not so easy is because it has you take a look at your life and ask yourself the question, is this the kind of life I had in mind for myself at this time in my life? If not, then how do you want your life to look like? And when are you going to get started creating a life that looks like what you want it to look like? Oh, I don't want to do that, that little voice in your head says. That's going to be too hard. You're right. It's not really that easy to do by yourself, but that's why I'm here. I can guide you. This stuff works. And I'm getting ready to go through this program a third time, then a fourth time, and on, because this stuff works. But it's not about me, you know. It's about you developing your superpowers. At least that's my intention. Most people know that what they want, but they're afraid to say what it is because if they say what it is that they want and then they don't get it, then they look like an idiot for trying, right? Don't worry about that right now. If you're still listening, I want you to come join the Develop Your Superpowers Facebook group, especially if you want to learn how to fulfill on your dreams. Now, a couple of years ago, I came across some information that literally changed my life in a good way, and it can change yours too. It didn't just change my life a little bit. It turned my life completely upside down, and I've been digesting this information ever since. Why in the world would I want to tell you about something that turned my life completely upside down? Does it mean I want your life to be upside down too? Of course not. I'm posting this on my personal Facebook page to kind of balance out all the negative stuff I've posted regarding politics and COVID. Now more than ever, we all need to take our power back because current events seem to indicate that things aren't how at once they seem to be. For example, are we the land of the free and the home of the brave? Are we all going to die of COVID? Do we all really hate each other based on race? I wonder about these things, and I've made my thoughts known on the subjects, so no need to elaborate further. Be that as it may, I'm suggesting that your world might already seem to be upside down, so anything I'm attempting to add, as crazy as it may seem to be, couldn't hurt, and it may even help. I've got to be one of the most optimistic people you're ever going to meet. Some may even characterize it as gullible. But what if I were to tell you that you have a power inside of you that, try as you may, you have yet to bring fully to the surface such that it shines forth in the world? Not only such that it shines forth in the world, but that it actually changes the world. What if I were to further tell you that I can guide you in the right direction through a series of short talks that I'm making available for free in my Develop Your Superpowers private Facebook group beginning on October 18th, 2021. Would that interest you? Would you like to join my group, Develop Your Superpowers, and create a world that you, your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren, and beyond will be happy to live in? Such a thing is possible, and it begins with you. That's what I'm up to these days, in addition to commenting on current events, of course. Now, some of you may not know this, but I spent many years in the tech industry programming computers. I was very good at making computers do what they were designed to do, which is to follow the instructions contained in programs I wrote. Well, you know those things that you become in your life, the job you do, the people you hang out with, the place you sleep at night, even the person you're in a relationship with, or even if you're all alone, are all based on programs you have inside yourself. And guess what? Somebody else probably wrote the code that's running your life. I found out how to change the code, but only you can change it. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow for some people, and it's kind of like something out of the movie The Matrix, isn't it? It's so simple, but it isn't always easy. If you want to find out how to create a completely different life for yourself, come join the Develop Your Superpowers Facebook group, where I will go into much more detail over the coming days and months. I'll essentially show you how to reprogram your life. You already have everything you need to do it, and you may just need a little direction. It's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the group. I want to leave you with a true story from the book called U Squared. I'm sitting in a quiet room at the Millcroft Inn, a peaceful little place hidden back among the pine trees about an hour out of Toronto. It's just past noon, late July, and I'm listening to the desperate sounds of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. There's a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energies in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly's strategy. Try harder, but it's not working. The frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It is impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. Nevertheless, this little insect has staked its life on reaching its goal through raw effort and determination. This fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. Across the room, 10 steps away, the door is open. 10 seconds of flying time, and this small creature could reach the outside world it seeks. With only a fraction of the effort now being wasted, it could be free of this self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there. It would be so easy. Why doesn't the fly try another approach, something dramatically different? How did it get so locked in on this idea that this particular route and determined effort offer the most promise for success? What logic is there in continuing until death to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? No doubt this approach makes sense to the fly. Regrettably, it's an idea that will kill. Trying harder isn't necessarily the solution to achieving more. It may not offer any real promise for getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, in fact, it's a big part of the problem. If you stake your hopes for a breakthrough on trying harder than ever, you may kill your chances for success. Now, that story is written by Bryce Pritchett from his book, U Squared. So I'll see you in the Facebook group.